everyone, and thank you for watching. I'm Shannon, and welcome to my continued series of best and worst rooms at Walt Disney World Resorts. I am continuing on with the DVC resorts, and today we are going over Disney's Boardwalk Villas. This is probably one of our favorites. Our favorites are Old Key West and Boardwalk, and we're so excited because we are going to be staying at Boardwalk at the end of November, first week of December for 9 nights in a 1-bedroom standard. So given 2020, this was probably one of the only good things that came out of it. Not really, but one of the highlights, because we've never been able to get a 1-bedroom standard. It is one of the cheapest point rooms, or the standard category is the cheapest point category in all of Walt Disney World DVC. I think the only ones that are really cheaper are the value studios. So we were originally booked at Saratoga, which is our home resort. Then we moved to Old Key West. This was not available at 7 months. We moved to Old Key West, and then I was able to waitlist bits and pieces and piece together a 9-night reservation. And just to give you an idea, the 1-bedroom standard at Boardwalk was less points than both Old Key West and Saratoga. The only 1-bedroom on property that would have been less points is a 1-bedroom value at Animal Kingdom Jambo House. So needless to say, we're really excited. So Boardwalk does have 3 categories. It is studio, garden or pool, so that kind of goes together, and Boardwalk. Standard is the cheapest points. Then there's the garden, pool, and Boardwalk, and those are the same amount of points. So they're different categories, but they are the same amount of points. But if you want Boardwalk, I'm gonna tell you, you gotta own there. And actually, if you want standard, you gotta own there. You can sometimes get that pool garden view at 7 months. That's probably the easier category to get, except when it's food and wine and a studio, that's still really hard to get. But let me walk you through the amount of rooms in each category. So for studios, we have 52 standard, 37 of which are lock-offs, and 165 garden pool view, 91 are lock-offs, and Boardwalk view, there are 29 with 21 lock-offs. Moving on to 1-bedrooms, standard, there are 60 with 37 lock-offs. Garden pool view, 189 with 91 lock-offs. And Boardwalk, there are 30 with 21 lock-offs. So the 2-bedroom lock-offs, actually all the 2 bedrooms are lock-offs, so that makes it easy. The standard, there are 37, garden pool view, 91, and Boardwalk view, there are 21. And that also leaves the 3-bedroom grand villas, of which there are 7. So as you can see, there are a lot of rooms in the garden and pool view. So if you just want to get into Boardwalk and you are waitlisting and you want to get in Boardwalk and you don't care about room view, get into waitlist, garden, and pool view. That is going to give you the best odds to get into Boardwalk. Now, if you want to get into Boardwalk only if you're going to just try and save points and you want that standard, then obviously book standard. If you want Boardwalk, then book, try and waitlist Boardwalk. But if you're just trying to get into the garden pool view. Now I'm going to walk you through. There are a lot of intricacies with Boardwalk villas, so I'm going to try and cover all of that. It's going to be a lot. There is one, from what I can tell, one room that's just very, very unique. It's a corner 1-bedroom. I will go over that in a little bit. And then there's also some rooms with some really large balconies, and we will go over all of that now. Okay, as always, we're starting with the touringplans.com website or webpage for Disney's Boardwalk Villas. And this is the page dedicated specifically to Disney's Boardwalk Villas. There's also one for the resort side of the Boardwalk. So there's just a lot of information here. We'll go over how the Boardwalk Villas compares to other Disney Vacation Club resorts. Let's see, we'll give you some pictures of some of the rooms. Here is a 1-bedroom, and here is a tour. I will link to different tours of rooms. Here is the floor plan. So you'll see here is a studio in the gray. The one bedroom is right here, and it's pretty much the same floor plan as Boulder Ridge and Beach Club. It's very, very similar. And I think even Saratoga Springs, they're all very, very similar in floor plans, if not exact. And all the 2 bedrooms are lock off. So keep that in mind that at Boardwalk Villas, all the 2 bedrooms are lock off. So you're not going to get a second bedroom with 2 beds. But it's a beautiful resort. It is one of our favorites. And that is known as, well, that is the Luna Park pool and the Keister Coaster. And that creepy clown is no more. He is currently, as I'm recording this, he is under renovations and he is gone. So we saw pictures of the creepy clown hair being hauled away, chopped up and hauled away. We don't know what will be replacing it, but the creepy clown is no more. And we never minded the creepy clown. The slide is one of the best on property, and we don't have a fear of clowns. Trattoria Al Forno, if you want to see, we did a breakfast there, a non-character breakfast back in July. It was amazing. We've also done the character breakfast, so when they bring that back, I also highly recommend. It was one of the best character interactions we've ever had with Flynn Rider. My son's name is Ryder. ESPN Club, it's currently closed, but hopefully will reopen. Big River Grill, Boardwalk Bakery is open. And then just a lot of information regarding the resort. So this is your one-stop shop for all the information regarding Disney's Boardwalk Villas. And now we are at the map for Disney's Boardwalk Villas. So just to give you a quick overview. So here is the main lobby and check-in. Now for Boardwalk Villas and Boardwalk Inn, the lobby is actually on the 2nd floor. So if you are on the 2nd floor, you are actually on the same level as the lobby. And I'll go over that a little bit more in detail in a second. This side right here in gray is the convention center right here. And then this is the inside. So we won't be going over that today. And then this is the entire side is the Boardwalk Villas. And you will see there are 2 pretty long buildings. And the issue that I usually hear is that there's not a lot of elevators. So if you're at one end, there could be a long walk to the elevator. And again, I will go over that in a second. So we have 2 pools on the DVC side. So this is the Luna Park pool. This is the one with the Keister Coaster slide that is being renovated at the moment. And then this is the quiet pool. And then right here is the community hall. So very convenient. So you actually have 2 pools on the DVC side. And as well as, so if there's a gym right around, I believe it's right around here. And it's a really good sized gym, a fitness center over here. So it's on the 1st floor right outside the pool. And also there is a playground over here by the Luna Park pool and a kiddie pool. So not a lot of resorts have kiddie pools. This resort does not have a splash pad, but it does have a kiddie pool, which my son, when he was little, he always loved the kiddie pools, didn't really love the splash pads. And then also playgrounds. A lot of the newer resorts do not have playgrounds. So that's also a benefit to us. Then you will see this is the boardwalk area here. Big River is right around here. Trattoria Al Fornos are right around here. ESPN Club is right here. Boardwalk Bakery is over here. And this is the great boardwalk area. This area right here is what's called Village Green. I'll go over that in a little bit more detail later. This is the friendship boats. So these are what run to the other resorts on Crescent Lake, as well as Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios. So that's how you can take it. And then here is the bus stop. So the bus stop is right around here. And we'll get that into a little bit later, but proximity to the bus is always important to us. So if you're all the way over here in a boardwalk view, you got pretty good proximity to the boat, but pretty long walk to the bus. So, but that is a quick overview of Disney's Boardwalk Villas. So we're going to start with the Standard View Studios, and today I'm going to start with the standard and cover studios and 1 bedrooms, then move on to garden and pool view, and then move on to boardwalk, because the areas and a lot of the things I cover will be redundant between the view categories. So let's start with the standard view studios. And as you can see here, really quick, in building 1, which is the closest one to the boardwalk, there is only one standard view studio that is on the ground floor, and that is a wheelchair accessible studio. So we're not going to go over that one today. So let's move back to building 2. So most of the standard view rooms are in the building 2. Now, a little bit about standard view. Standard view are some of the cheapest point-wise in all of DVC Walt Disney World. The only category that really is cheaper are the value rooms at Animal Kingdom Lodge Jambo House. So we were able to snag a 1-bedroom standard for 9 nights this coming December, and it is cheaper than our original reservation at Old Key West. So we are thrilled. We're spending less points and we're excited to be staying at the boardwalk. So here you have the building 2, and we stayed here back in 2019, and this was our room right here, which was, I believe, 1107. There's our picture. And I put great location, close to bus stop, both pools, community hall, very central, would book this room again in a heartbeat. And it was fantastic. You can see right over here, right there is the bus stop. We literally would just walk out the building. We literally just walked right around here, walked here, went to the bus stop. Very, very fast. So if you wanted to have, you like ground floor rooms, I would, request any one of these. Or even these two were great if you plan on taking the bus. These are a little farther than Epcot, but again, very, very, very convenient. So really quick, looking at the building 2, you will see these 3 elevators. These are the only elevators for Boardwalk Villas for both buildings. That's the one thing we always hear about, is that the elevators, there's not that many elevators. There are these 3 elevators. So if you're on either end, there's just not a lot of elevators. So keep that in mind. So anything on the first floor, I think are great. You're not going to have a bad room. Now, where you're going to get the not so great rooms are, let's say, the 3rd floor right here. And this is room 3071 and 3073. You're basically going to have a view, and this is from the 4th floor. So this is a little higher. Basically going to have a view of the roof and some scooters and strollers. It's not horrible. I've definitely seen worse. For a standard view, it's not bad, but with some other great rooms, I've seen better. Now, I have heard reports that the Line 97 is a little bigger than the standard studio, but I have not been able to confirm that. I can't find any videos or any pictures, but a couple people say that they had that room and they felt like it was a little bigger, but I have nothing to prove it. So whether you request that, I don't think it's a bad room. I think it's very central. It's great. So, keep that in mind. Let's see, 4th floor. I think you're pretty much going to have the same. If you want to, these rooms right here aren't bad. So that's, the 5071. So it's not so bad if you're higher up. But, I think if you're in a standard view, I don't think it doesn't really matter to get high up. It's really up to you. So I would recommend, if you're in a standard room, requesting either a 1st floor or a 2nd floor for convenience. With that said, the lobby has the 2nd floor, so you can literally walk out, and I'll post a picture here. This is of the Village Green, and you see the staircase right here. If you walk out the lobby, you can just walk down this staircase outside and you're on Village Green, and you don't have to take an elevator. Now, if you have a stroller, that's a little inconvenient, but if you don't have a stroller, this is, it's almost like being on the 1st floor with still having a little bit of a balcony. 1st floor, again, some great rooms. I really just don't think there's a bad room. The only ones I would say avoid is that 71 and 73 line on the 3rd, 4th, and possibly 5th floor. So now we're going to move on to the standard view 1 bedrooms, and you will see it's already prompted, and they are only in building 2. So let's click on there, and I'm going to start first with the least desirable room, and that is going to be floor 3, and that would be the 69 line right here. Obviously, the worst one would be on the 3rd floor, which is this room is not on the 1st and 2nd floor. It's just of the carport. It's not bad, but it's not great. I'm sure over on this side, when you look left, you're going to have that view of the ECV and stroller storage. Not ideal. Let's move up to the 5th floor. And you have this one. Again, not bad. It's, for standard points, the amount of points that you're paying for standard, it's not bad. But then you look at this and you got a lot of roof. And you got some balconies over there. Not horrible. But if you could avoid the 69 line, great. But if you ended up here, I don't think I would be upset either. I think any one of these would be great. Personally, I would probably try, well, that's not a great view. That's just a tree. Personally, I would try and stay away from the 5th floor. I would stay on the 1st or 2nd floor just because of the elevator situation. But at least with the 5th floor, the elevators are very close by. You're not going to risk being over here, but there are only 4 of them. So let's move down to the 3rd floor, back to the 3rd floor. And we'll see here, I'm going to show you this little room right here. This is the best room, I think, and the best value at Boardwalk Villas. And that it looks like a studio, but really it kind of covers all of this, and it is a 1 bedroom. And the view is nice. You've got the little bridge, you've got the lake, and you'll see a little bit here. You got the nice lake. However, this is a unique corner 1 bedroom, and it is larger than most 1 bedrooms. And the kitchen is very similar to a old Key West kitchen. So it's just very, very unique. I will post a link below of the only video I can find of it from 4 years ago. And it is just a great 1 bedroom and at standard points. And you're going to get that much larger space. And people who have told me that have been assigned this room say they felt like they hit the lottery or had pixie dust sprinkled on them because it's just a great overall room. Now, I will say, this is 2123, 3123, and 4123. But keep in mind, if you are someone who does not want to use stairs, I also don't recommend being on this side, because if you're going to Hollywood Studios, and let's say you get assigned 4123, and you don't want to take the stairs, you have to walk all the way over here to the elevator to get back and walk to Hollywood Studios. So now if you're taking the friendship boats, not a bad thing because you're going to have to go walk there. But even if you're taking the bus, you got to take the elevator all the way over here to come back over here to get to the bus. So not ideal if you are someone who must take an elevator. If you don't mind taking the stairs, then I think these are great. And I also think this corner room is fantastic if you can snag it. There are only 3 of them. And for standard 1 bedrooms, there are 60 of them. So that means you have roughly a 1 in 20 chance, which is 5%. So not really great odds, but you can try. We are staying in a standard 1 bedroom in December. I haven't decided if we're going to request this room or not. I have a few more weeks to decide of whether I'm going to try and request this room. I'm leaning towards not, just because it's so rare to get a room like this, but time will tell. Let's go back. But anyway, so going back to standard 1 bedrooms, any of these I think are great. I think it's just a matter of where do you want to be? Do you want to be closer to the lobby? Do you want to be closer to Hollywood Studios? And also, do you feel like comfortable taking the stairs? If you don't mind taking the stairs, being on this side is not a problem. However, if you must take the elevator, I would say you want to be close to an elevator and make that your prime number 1 topic before in your request rather than a specific room number. So now we're going to go to the trickiest category, and that is garden and pool. Just because there's just so many rooms in this category, there are 165 studios and 189 1 bedrooms in this category. So there's just a lot to choose from. So first, I would say one thing I would recommend is think about, do you want to be close to Epcot, to Boardwalk, to the Luna Park pool, or do you want to be closer to Hollywood Studios, to the Quiet Pool, and to the Community Hall? That would be the first step. Also, as always, if you want to be close to the elevator is right here. So keep that in mind. If you need to be close to the elevator, you need to be close to somewhere in the middle. So let's start in building 2. And I'm going to show you a couple rooms to avoid. So for the studio category, I would avoid this room right here, 1136. And that is because right here is a big exit door, and that door is going to be slamming constantly because everybody is going to be walking out to go to the walkway to Hollywood Studios, and they're going to be slamming that door. And it's one of those big exit doors. So it's got a pretty good view. It's got a nice view of the Quiet Pool. Community Hall's right here. But you will see right here, loud room. Room is next to an exit door that leads to Hollywood Studios, as well as the sidewalk to Boardwalk. Door slamming. Very last room in resort. Long walk from lobby Boardwalk shops. It is a shorter walk to Hollywood Studios. So not a great room. And I would say if you can avoid that, especially when you're paying those extra points for a garden or pool view, you don't want that room. So first floor. Now, anything else I think is great. Anything over here, if you want to be near the community hall, I think this is great because you're very close to the boardwalk. You're close to the bus stop. And then on this side, you are right here, you have the Luna Park. So let's say 1072, you're right next to Leaping Horse Libations and Luna Park. So this is a great room right there. So if I were in a garden or pool view studio, I would probably recommend one of these. The other thing is right here is the laundry. So you don't get a laundry in a studio, but you have the laundry right there. So, and I don't think it's going to be that busy where it would cause a lot of noise. So I would probably, if it were me, recommend one of these 3. Again, we like ground floor. Now, the other great rooms are on the other side. Well, let's first stick to this room. So let's go all the way up to the 5th floor. If you want a great view, let's see here. You've got 5887. You've got that beautiful view. There's the community hall, and there you have the Tower of Terror. Great room, especially once fireworks returns. You're going to have a great view there, and you're still pretty central. So on the 5th floor, if you want that view, you want a possible fireworks, this is your bet right here. 5087. And again, and then I would say even on the 4th floor, you could probably, this room right here would be 4087, would probably be, but probably not as great because you're going to have these buildings right here. Now, let's go back to the building 1. And these, I will say, are the best rooms. So we're going to go up to floor 3. And these rooms right here. So this is 3051. That's a 1-bedroom. We'll talk about that one in a second. 3053, 3055, 3057, 3059, and 3061. These 2 I'm not so sure about because there's trees blocking, so I don't know how good the view is. I'm not sure if they have an extended balcony, but all of these have an extended balcony. Here is a picture my co-host for DVC Newscast, Pete Shiley, shared with me. He is currently at the boardwalk, and he is currently in room 3057, and he has this beautiful extended balcony. So you can see here, they all have a great view of Village Green, but these have that nice extended balcony. So I personally was on the 5th floor. We were stayed in here in September of 2017, and we were in 5055, and you can see my picture here. And I love the Village Green area because you can watch the yoga, you can watch the kids play, but then you also got a boardwalk view. We were able to see some of the fireworks as well, which was great. And here's a couple other pictures. There's some little girls running. And let's see. And you can also see the friendship boats. The best thing for us was I was able to look and see, a friendship boat is coming. It was coming from Epcot. I knew then it was going to be headed to Hollywood Studios. So we were able to head down, get to the boat right when it was parking and get on the boat and not have to wait a long time. And we had a 2-year-old at the time, so that was fantastic. So, and you also you could watch the boardwalk, but it was pretty quiet where we were as well. Love this. We did not have that extended balcony like on the 3rd floor. So if you want more balcony space, then request the 3rd floor. But honestly, anywhere on Village Green, which would be, I would say, the 3rd, 4th, or 5th floor. You don't want to get on the 2nd floor, and I'll show you why here. So look at this picture again. All of these balconies have that covered balcony. So it's just going to be really dark. So Village Green is great if you're on the 3rd, 4th, or 5th floor. Personally, if it were me, I would request the 3rd floor Village Green, and I would be specific that I would want rooms 3061 to 3053. And then if those weren't available, then I would want it on the 5th floor, then on the 4th floor. And there you're giving them like 15 rooms. So you've got, I think the odds are pretty much in your favor that one of those 15 rooms may be available. So that to me, I think are the best value for your points because you get a garden view, you get the water view, you get the boardwalk view, and it's just an all-around great room. It's also very close to the elevator, and it's also I just don't think there's a better studio room in this category. Now, if you don't want to overlook Village Green, then you also have the option of overlooking the Luna Park pool. So here is a beautiful view as well. There you've got view of the Swan, Tower of Terror, the Keister Coaster, the Luna Park pool, the clown that is no longer there. So just a really beautiful view. And you can see here someone stayed here for 9 nights, February of 2019. It was a perfect location, great views and a short walk to elevators, average size balcony. So if you don't want you want a view of Hollywood Studios, over here is great. That is the 5th floor. And remember, if you're on the 2nd floor, you have the lobby is right here. And you can always walk down the stairs. Here we go. Here's a picture. You can walk out to the lobby and walk down these stairs to get to Village Green, and you don't have to take the elevator. So being like on the 2nd floor is almost like being on the ground floor because you have access to the lobby if that's where you want to be. Okay, so now we're going to go to the garden view or pool view, 1 bedroom. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on here because there is not a unicorn room. Now, I will say, if you go up to that Village Green area, we're going to go up to floor 3. And you have this one room right here. However, the view is not as good here because there is a large tree. So, but you do have that extended balcony. You do have that view of Village Green. It's just not going to be as good as those studios because this tree kind of blocks it, but you're going to have that nice large balcony. So, I don't know if I would recommend that one, but if you go up to the 5th floor, it says it's boardwalk, but there's a regular size balcony as well. So again, and you see the comment here is there is a huge tree blocking the view from 3051, 4051, and then it says that 5051 is above the tree canopy. So, again, I don't know if I would recommend that one, but if you wanted to have a view of Village Green and you are in a garden or pool view 1 bedroom, maybe you want to recommend that. Personally, if I were in a garden view 1 bedroom, I would probably want to be, again, on the ground floor around here by the pool. Now, obviously, this was before when they were doing construction, but this is a great location. You have easy access to the pool. You are on the ground floor, so you don't have to take an elevator. And then you've got the gym right here. You can walk out right here. The lobby is just up 1 floor. Arcade is right here. And then the community hall is just down here. Really, as far as I think at this point, it's really of where do you want to be close to? Do you want to be close to Epcot? Do you want to be close to, here we have a view of the walkway and the Swan? Just really where do you want to be close to in proximity to which park? So as far as other floors, again, 2nd floor, the lobby, same thing. If you want a view of any possible fireworks, then you probably want to try and get onto the 5th floor. But for garden pool view, there's no real special rooms. I think it's more about where you want to be location-wise. So now we're going to move over to Boardwalk, and we're going to see the Boardwalk View Studios. And you can see, obviously, they are all in Building 1 because that is where the Boardwalk is. So you'll see here, there are 2 here that are right on the boardwalk on the 1st floor. It's a beautiful view. Now, as someone who loves ground floor rooms, I don't know if I'd like this. This might be just a little too close to the public. It's a great view. I just don't know. I haven't met anybody who is been in one of these rooms. If you've been in one of these rooms, leave a comment. Did you like it? Did you hate it? But personally, if I was in a boardwalk view, I would want to get on the 5th floor. So let's go up to the 5th floor. And there are 6 rooms up here. Now, I wouldn't mind being over here, 5005. So this is of the 4th floor. Obviously, there was a storm coming through, but man, look at that view. You have the beach club, you have the rest of the Boardwalk Inn, you've got Epcot. Obviously, you get to watch a storm coming through. I'm imagining you could probably see fireworks too. That would be fantastic. Now, the bad thing about these rooms is, again, the elevator is all the way over here. So keep that in mind if you want to request one of these rooms. Now, maybe this one is not as bad, still not close, but not as bad. Now, I would say if you're on the boardwalk, the 2nd floor is probably where you want to avoid. And I'm going to insert a picture here. And as you can see, a lot of these balconies are covered. And again, one, I think you're just going to be very close to the boardwalk, which can get loud once things start to open back up again. And also, it could be very dark. Because of these covered balconies, it could be very, very dark in there. So personally, I would want to at least be on the 3rd floor. Now, going back and looking at the 3rd floor, you can see a lot of these rooms have the bigger balconies as well. So there, I think you're high enough. This person put great room, great view, very near stairwell that led right out by pool. So this person loved this room, and this is the 3rd floor, 3031, and I think that is a great room. So if I were in a boardwalk studio, I would probably request one of these 2 rooms right here. So 3031, 3029. It's not too far from the elevator. It's only on the 3rd floor, so stairs wouldn't be that bad to walk. 5th floor, I'm not climbing the stairs. And now we're on to the Boardwalk View 1 bedroom. Again, only in Building 1, and the same thing applies. 1st floor, let's go to this one. This is all the way on the end of the boardwalk. And again, it's a beautiful view, but it's just really close to people just walking by. And if you forget to close your blinds, everyone's just going to see you. So I love ground floors, but I don't think I would want on the boardwalk. Also, I believe the DVC model room is right around here. So I don't know. I personally would not request one of these 3 rooms, and I love ground floor rooms, so that should tell you something. Now, go up to floor 2, and same thing applies. These rooms, a lot of them have covered balconies. It's going to be one really close to the boardwalk, so when things start to get loud, it's just going to probably be a very loud room. Also, the covered balcony is just going to make those rooms very dark. So I'm sure some are better than others. Some probably have normal balconies and some are covered, but I think it's just too much of a risk. These on this side, I don't believe have covered balconies. So you're a little bit up. So I think this would not be a bad room. I'm pretty sure these are not. Yeah, you can see right here. These are not covered. So this right here, you're not covered. So these are pretty good for a boardwalk. Beautiful view. This side of the balcony, this side of the boardwalk tends to be a little bit quieter. So if you wanted to be on the 2nd floor, again, you wouldn't have to take the elevator. You could just walk out to the lobby because you're on the same floor as the lobby, and you're only 1 flight of stairs from the 1st floor. So if you wanted to be on the 2nd floor, these 3 rooms and you're in a 1 bedroom, I would recommend. Now, other than that, I don't know if I would recommend any of these because a lot of these are going to be covered. Now, going up to the third floor, it's the opposite. A lot of these rooms have larger balconies. So let's see here. These are going to be the same. These, I think on this side they have, you can see, I believe this right here is actually the Grand Villa. But again, I would recommend if I were going to be on a boardwalk view, I would go up to the 5th floor. Because if you want that boardwalk view, you want that boardwalk view. And you want that view of Epcot. You want that view of the friendship boats, of the fireworks. So get up on this is actually from the 4th floor. So this is 40, 41. 50, 51 would be probably even better. So if you are in a boardwalk view, I would say try and get closer to the lobby and get as high as possible. But that's just me. Now, I've never stayed in a boardwalk view. I probably wouldn't book it just because I don't like spending the extra points. And I also don't own there, and it's a very hard room to get. But leave a comment below. What are your favorite boardwalk views? The studios and 1-bedrooms. Which room did you think were fantastic? Which rooms did you think was not worth the points? And as I stated before, there are no dedicated 2-bedrooms, so we're not going to go over 2 bedrooms. If you have a 2-bedroom at Boardwalk, go to touring plans. They will indicate which rooms are lock-offs and which rooms would be considered a 2-bedroom lock-off, and you can just refer back to my notes on studios and 1-bedrooms. So that means the next category are the Boardwalk View 3-bedroom Grand Villas. So the only category that has Grand Villas are the Boardwalk View. And there are 7 of them, and they start on the 3rd floor. Personally, I think the best ones are right here. 30, 37, and 40, 37, I believe it is. Let's see. And 40, 37, this is where I would personally want to be. And I mean, look at that. You've got Spaceship Earth. There's the Yacht Club, Beach Club area. And I think this one too as well. You've got a beautiful view of the boardwalk area. Now, I don't think you're going to have a bad view of any of these rooms because there's just so many points. They're going to put these rooms in the best location. However, there are 7 of them, and the one caveat is that 5 of them are 1 floor. 2 of them are 2 floors. These 2 rooms here on the 5th floor, that is 5037 and 5037 and 5035 are 2-story, 3-bedroom Grand Villas. Now, I cannot find any pictures, any videos of these 2 rooms. But if you are booked in a Grand Villa and you are traveling with grandparents or you are traveling with toddlers that like to climb stairs and don't do it very well, you want to try and not get one of these Grand Villas. I've seen some videos. I will post a link below. These are amazing. I would love to be in one of these Grand Villas. 2nd floor, I don't think it would be a bad thing. But if you have, again, if I was traveling with my mother-in-law or I was traveling, my son was younger. I actually have twin nephews that are 18 months. I would not want to be in a 2-story Grand Villa. So those I would say you would probably want to avoid. Personally, for me, I would like to be, I think this 4037 is where I would want to be, 4037 or 3037. They're not too far from the elevator, but again, you're just going to have that amazing view. But if you're in a Grand Villa, who's really going to complain? So now I'm going to show you how I would do a sample request for one of the rooms here. And we're going to go to a garden or pool view studio, and we're going to request one of those rooms on Village Green. So there we go. We're going to go up to the 3rd floor because obviously I do want one of those large extended balconies. And let's request, let's go somewhere in the middle. So this is 3059. Look at that beautiful view and Village Green. There we go. And we are going to request this room right here. So click here to make a request for this room. So we're going to click on it and it's going to pop up my fake reservation that I have here. I'm going to click Configure Room Request. And as you can see, it's already plugged in. The information, never change that, leave that. That's there for a reason. And I've already plugged in what I would write. So I put view of Village Green, order of preference. So I put number 1, 3053 to 3061. Then if none of those are available, they know to look at the 5th floor, 5053 to 5061. And then onto the 4th floor would be 4053 to 4061. And if none of those rooms are available, I just put close to elevators, because at that point, you just want to be close to an elevator. You don't want to have to worry about having to walk that long hallway back from the elevators. But I think with those, that's 15 rooms. The odds are probably in your favor that one of those is going to be available. So we're going to click Save. And that's it. So those are my recommendations on best and worst rooms at Disney's Boardwalk Villas and how to make a room request through touringplans.com. So there you have it. Those are the best and worst rooms, at least by my standards, for Disney's Boardwalk Villas. So if you like this video, make sure to click like, click and subscribe, ring the bell. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Also make sure to go over to touringplans.com, sign up for a subscription if you haven't done so already. That is the easiest way to get the room and to request a room to Walt Disney World and for any resort, but that is the way to do it. And their subscription is so worth it. It is not an affiliate code. I am not an affiliate, but I just utilize the service, and I want to be able to help other DVC members, but then also just any person going to Walt Disney World. So with that, I will see you real soon, everyone. Bye.